Hello everyone, Saurabh here, and today I am going to talk about the Compound Effect book from Darren Hardy and chapter 3 Habits. I'm going to cover it in two different parts. So today is the first part, and the chapter starts with a wise teacher taking a stroll through the forest with the young people and stopped before a tiny tree. Pull up that sapling. So a student was able to pull it up very easily, and then over a period of time he kept asking bigger sapling and then ultimately a tree, which cannot be. So overall point is that the habits grow over a period of time, and if it grows so big, then we will not be able to take them out. I will not say will not be able to. We can form the habit and take the other habits out. So here, my son, you have just demonstrated the power of that habits. Power of that habits will have your over your life. The teacher explained: the older they are, the bigger they get, and the deeper the roots grow, and the harder they are to uproot. Some get so big with roots so deep you might hesitate to even try. So now Aristotle wrote, creatures of habit. So we are what we repeatedly do. So that's what he and Merriam-Webster defines habit this way: an acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. So we are running our life automatically. We are on autopilot making decisions. Now we have to, just like in last chapter we talked about noting down what we are doing. So we will use those to make our change. In your day-to-day life, living automatically has its definite positives. If you had to consciously think about every step of each ordinary task, making breakfast, driving the kids to school, getting to work, and so on, your life would grind to halt. It's a very good example here. If you eat healthy fully, you have likely built healthy habits. So likewise, we have to pick up a small part of our life and start building positive habits around it, and that will ultimately end up being everywhere. And then here is an example of Darren Hardy's dad used to give for Larry Bird, who is that is Larry Legend from basketball. He was best of the best basketball player because every morning before going to school he practiced 500 throws. He was the best thrower in the basketball history. So it's about habit, how he practiced it so much that he was able to perform better than anyone, the people who are more talented than him. Start by thinking your way out of instant gratification trap. Right now we are in the mentality of in a minute we should have food ready, and everything we want it fast. If we start seeing the results that we see today and we start directly get the results out of it, like we eat something bad and directly we got 50 pounds on us, will be easy to it will be easy for us to say no. If we are making a decision, financial decision, and suddenly we are bankrupt, so we will be able to make a decision that will be more long lasting, and we will be able to make a better decision. So that's what he is trying to say. So let's get out of instant gratification trap. It's time to wake up and realize that the habits you indulge in could be compounding your life into repeated disaster. The slightest adjustment to your daily routine can dramatically alter the outcome of in your life. Again, I am not talking about quantum leaps of change or a complete overhaul of your personality, character, or life. Super small, seemingly inconsequential adjustment can and will revolutionize everything. So best illustration is that if you are traveling from Los Angeles to New York, if the pilots do not keep adjusting the direction, you will end up somewhere else. So that's the power of a small adjustment. Most people drift through the life without devoting much conscious energy to figuring out specifically what they want and what they need to do to take themselves there. I want to show you how to ignite your passion and help you aim your unstoppable creative power in direction of your heart's dream and desire. And then he talks about finding your mojo, your why power. Assuming willpower is what you need to change your habits is akin to trying to keep a hungry grizzly bear out of your picnic basket by covering it with a napkin. To fight the bear of your bad habits, you need something stronger. So that's what he's talking about, and then he talks about why. So that's that. What is your why? Knowing, forget about willpower. It's time for why power. Your choices are only meaningful when you connect them to your desires and dreams. The wisest and most motivating choices are the ones aligned with that which you identify as your purpose, your core self, and your highest values. You have got to want something and know why you want it, or you will end up giving up too easily. Why everything is possible. That's a very good section here. The power of why is what you get you to stick through the grueling, mundane, and laborious. All of the hows will be meaningless until your whys are powerful enough. Until you have set your desire and motivation in place, you will abandon any new path you seek to better your life. If your why power, your desire isn't great enough, if the fortitude of your commitment isn't powerful enough, you will end up like every other person who makes a New Year's resolution and gives up too quickly and reverts to sleepwalking through poor choices. Let me give you an analogy to help. So here he talks about if you have a 10-inch board, will you walk on it if it is on ground? If it is on 25th floor, will you walk on it? If so he keeps if there is a fire and someone very important is there on other side, will you walk on it? Definitely you will walk on it. So that's what is core motivation he talks about. So core motivation, the access point to your why power is through your core motivation, core values, which defines both who you are and what you stand for. Your core values are your internal compass, your guiding beacon, your personal GPS. So now he talks about that finding out those core values. What is defining your core values also help make life simpler and most efficient. Decision making is also easier when you are certain of your core values. When faced with a choice, ask yourself, does this align with my core values? If it does, do it. If not, don't. Don't look back. All fretting and indecisions are eliminated. Very good and concise way of finding out. Find your fight. So what you are fighting for. So he talks about if there is nothing worth fighting for, you might not be fighting for it. So like he gives examples of how different things are there that gives so there is an importance of having a goal. There is an importance of having something bigger that you want to achieve. Enemies give us a reason to stand tall with courage. Having to fight challenges your skill, your character, and your resolve. It forces you to assess and exercise your talents and abilities. Without a motivating fight, you can become fat and lazy. We lose our strength and purpose. So here, that's what it is. If we don't know even if we succeed, we don't know what we succeed, and we don't feel accomplished about it. Here he illustrates the story of Anthony Hopkins, the actor, and how he went through his life to get. Then he comes to goal. Now, this is, as I mentioned before, the compound effect is always working. It always takes you somewhere. The question is where. He gives a good example here that if there is a person going on a horse and someone asks him, where are you going? So he says, I don't know where horse is going, that's where I am going. So that's what it is. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a definite direction, you will end up going somewhere ultimately, but you will not know it. So I'll start tomorrow with how goal setting actually works, the mystery secret revealed, and going through the rest of the chapter. So looking forward to talk about that. Please subscribe and like. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.